All right, so Shnerdcast episode 45, back here with Colt Cannon.
Aye.
It's actually we've been kicking it earlier today, but it's been a while since it's been about 2 weeks since we recorded the last episode. So
Oh yeah.
quite a few stuff has happened. So we'll be talking a lot on this episode about games, consoles. Just if you're new, definitely want to stick around, listen to the whole thing.
Definitely. Don't forget, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, comment down below, and tell us your most favorite ridiculous moment of this whole thing, because it'll be full of them.
Yeah, this one's gonna be a fun one. It's gonna be a long one. Real quick though, I've never plugged your clothing line, dude. Let's get
Oh,
that.
on here.
Yeah, let's
Oh,
get
yeah,
the plug going.
I'll make sure you get that link. But Verbal Graffiti, definitely get that. That stuff is so dope. I don't have any near me, but I have a new jacket on the way that I'm super excited about. One of my fans.
That's the one I want to get.
Dude, yeah, do
Jacket.
it, dude. One of my fans hit me up. She had bought an a bigger one because she likes her sweater's bigger to zip up, and she was like, "Dude, it's super comfortable,
Yeah.
way more comfortable than you expect, especially from a lot of indie musicians who just put out like garbo ass merch."
Yeah, I definitely want to get one of the hoodies because
Dude, yeah,
hoodies
definitely.
are, especially the cold season's coming up. And
Yeah, and I'll tell you how they
I need
fit,
new
too.
hoodies too.
Yeah, I'll tell you how they fit. It
Yeah.
fits too. Like, so when you do get one, because they're hella lit. I'll try to get you a discount code because they've been offering them to me, but I figured I'd wait until I got more sales, and I'm almost at 2 dozen, and I'm
Yeah.
like, that's pretty damn good for new line. Shit, I'm excited about
Nice.
that.
So I guess also I didn't want to say anything until now, but we might have a potential future sponsor for this. My old skate sponsor, 14 minutes left.
No joke.
Just a shout out. I'll put up the link. I'll put up some pictures. If you're looking for a new skateboard, if you want to try to check out some skateboards, especially locally in Sacramento, check out 14 Minutes Left. They got some good
That's
merch.
lit.
If you're listening to this, hook it up, bro. Hook it up. I'll
Yeah.
definitely and maybe give me some free stuff. That's
Yeah,
good.
dude, shout out them. Dude, that's so dope.
But yeah. So
That's good news.
maybe in the future, if this ever blows up, that could be like get you like a
Potential.
If you subscribe, you 5% off your next deal
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah, once you get monetized, you'll be able to put all your merch right
Yeah.
below your thing, and then you'll be set.
Hell yeah, dude. So definitely. But yeah, like I said, we haven't hung out really in a while besides earlier today. But what you been up to in the past couple weeks, man?
Dude,
It's
recording.
mid-September now.
Yeah, recording. Let's see. I'm recording 3 new songs. My newest song with the Woo drops on 25th, the September 25th. It's hard
the
for me
Woo.
to say that name because it's like out of context. It sounds like it's gonna be a really ridiculous song. It's a reference to Pop Smoke. There's a line in there when I say she likes coke too, hoes do, something like that, and then I say she want to pop smoke, so I hit her with the Woo, and like it was his nickname was the Woo.
You remember Office Space?
Yeah, but I didn't watch all of it.
Where it's like, I'm gonna give her my O face. Oh.
But other than that, man, just music, reactions, working on merch. I'm
Hell
working
yeah.
on a new Halloween merch that's only going to be available for October. So anybody that wants that'll be
Nice.
taken down right after Halloween ends. Other than that, just staying hella busy, way too busy, but like perfect.
Yeah.
What about you? What have you been up to?
Just real quick, I've been seeing you uploading those, so you definitely been keeping busy. You definitely
Oh,
been
yeah.
keeping productive and everything.
Hell yeah! I just did a 30-minute marathon where I reacted to 4 songs.
Oh, I thought you meant like a 30-minute marathon.
Yeah,
where you
like
just,
4 reactions just back to back. I just
do
recorded them.
you ever think of live streaming?
I should, considering that fucking video took like 13 hours to upload.
And then if you I really recommend you start live streaming your reactions because I'm also gonna start live streaming some
want to.
games instead of just
want
doing
to.
parts. I was thinking about linking up my the Shnerdcast channel to my Xbox so I could just live
That'd be dope.
so I could just live
You
stream.
should.
I
You
was
should.
thinking about doing State of Decay 2 on the hardest and just
You should make a new account for it.
probably should, huh?
Yeah. So your personal gaming tag isn't out there. You should make a Shnerdcast gaming
Yeah.
tag. Just use the email that you already have
Yeah.
for Shnerdcast, and then just register a gamer tag.
Definitely. Yeah, I need to look into that. But what I've been up to, man, is just watch my uncle's dogs for a little bit. Those poor little guys. Yeah, you already know, but
Yeah.
they're lovely dogs. They're great
Yeah.
little doggies. They just don't get enough attention. But they're great dogs. Just been chilled with my girlfriend all week. Just hung out. She learned how to make tacos, like with like
Was that the shrimp tacos?
Yeah.
And
And
Snap?
then what I mean, she learned how to make tacos. Not like she learned how to buy. Like, I mean, she learned how to make the shell from like corn tortillas.
I see.
So she makes the shell
What?
herself. So
How does she do on the tortillas? Tortillas are hard to make.
at
At least for me.
the first she came over and she made it one time, and it turned out pretty fucking bomb. But she feels better with the flour tortilla, which when it comes
That's
to
easier, flour tortilla. Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of flour tortilla, but when it comes to tacos like that, we like make tostada kind of like, you know what I mean, tacos with the flour or the corn. But yeah, man, fucking. Also, one thing I wanted to bring up too. Miami Heat, baby, the NBA. They fucking went to the conference finals. They're up 2 games right now. I don't want to jinx anything. Knock on wood. But they've been surprising everybody. Lakers just won game 1 today, so that should give you a reference of this video, I guess. But yeah, Miami Heat. I'm thinking it's Heat versus Celtics, and my Heat are gonna. I think they're gonna make it to the finals. And Jimmy Butler,
basketball back,
yeah,
man.
dude, it does. And Lakers. I think honestly, the Lakers are probably gonna win it all.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
wow.
think so. But if Denver beats
that's
LA,
Dan's team, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
of course it's
Yeah.
But if Denver beats LA, there's a possibility where it could be the Heat and Denver, and that's like unheard of. Like
The
that.
Nuggets.
Yeah, Denver Nuggets.
Yeah.
Yep, fucking Colorado affiliation.
That was my great grandmother's favorite team.
Oh, really?
Was the Nuggets. Yeah, she'd
Damn.
always be like, "Come on, Carmelo."
Yeah, that's back when
That's
Carmelo was on there.
Yeah, way back then.
Joe Rogan. His
Yeah.
podcast is on fucking Google. It's Google Apps. One of the things.
Free
fucking,
viewing.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I mean, they come out like a week later, like a few days later. So if you ever want to check it out, definitely want to check it out. So, first off, I want to talk about some games.
Yeah.
So you remember Crysis?
Yeah. Oh, dude.
You heard about
Dude,
that, right?
The setting, the original Crysis
Yeah.
setting. They're
Yeah.
like, people are like, it's gonna break everybody's Xbox.
Because it was
That was a supercomputer game.
for people who don't know, Crysis is this game that came out. It was like 2007, 2008, maybe.
Sounds about right.
And
Something like that.
what did it do? It broke like supercomputers, like the government.
Supercomputers, like at NASA. Or
Yeah,
some
yeah,
shit. People tried
exactly.
to play it on like a computer that was made for this. Again, this was years ago. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say
It made history though.
Yeah,
People
like,
still talk about that.
Yeah, I've met people randomly who are random gamer nerds who have brought that up. Where they tried to play. I don't know the specifics, but they tried to play it on a computer that was built for like NASA operations.
Yeah, that's what I remember
it just
too.
Fucking like it just totally destroyed this computer. That game when it came out was
The talk of the fucking town.
It was next level,
yeah,
dude.
I remember
like,
Dan got it, and that's when Dan had like the brand new PC and
yeah,
shit.
the gaming rig.
Yeah.
And he was like, dude, I tried to run that shit and it totally stalled my
Yeah, he
whole
couldn't run it on full.
Yeah, he had to run it on all the way low.
Well, the reason I bring it up though is because
They're
they're
re-releasing it.
for 8K. It's gonna be an 8K, dude. Yeah.
That sounds about right though,
Yeah.
because an Xbox One should be able to handle that. 8 processors. That's
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I mean? Like
It's just crazy to think, like, damn, we're about to get to that level of
I know.
gaming.
That's what Xbox is saying they're doing is 8K. Xbox,
dude.
the new gen Xbox X. I'm
Oh.
waiting, bro.
Oh,
I'm
we'll
waiting, man.
we'll definitely get to that, dude. We'll
Oh,
definitely get. Yeah. No. Do you remember Katamari?
Katamari. Is that the old like
Where
the
you're
old...
like the little person rolling up everything.
Oh yeah,
on
yeah.
PlayStation.
Yeah.
It's coming back out. It's called Katamari Reroll. I'm not too sure when it comes out.
Is it a remaster?
It's a remake,
It's a remake.
and it's
Hey,
coming out
I want to
for
play
both Xbox and fucking PlayStation, bro. So what is before was an exclusive, and I always thought fucking everything should just have everything. You know what I mean?
It should just be all multi-platform.
Yeah.
Like, because it's hell of annoying when, like, something cool happens in a game, like, not to jump around a little bit, but, like, in Avengers, Spider-Man's only coming to PlayStation.
Yeah.
And it's, like...
That bugs me sometimes.
That hella bugs me, dude.
Yeah.
It's like, okay. The
Why
fuck?
can't
like,
we have both?
Why can't we have them all? Like, you guys
Yeah.
already made the movie together. Just go multi-platform.
I mean, I guess it makes sense because Sony owns Spider-Man, so they're probably...
So they're gonna be greedy. Yeah, they're like, dude, it's fucking basically a recession right now.
So how's I played a little bit with you, but how's your feeling or thoughts about Tony Hawk, the remake.
Way too short for how much money it was, but
Too
so
short,
worth
yeah.
it though. Yeah, so worth it though.
Which, by the way, could you disclose of what happened? This fool. Okay,
So I
want you
bought
to
the
tell
game
us.
yesterday, and it's beaten, 100%. I beat all the missions 1 and 2, 100% of the map, and then I was just messing around, like literally just messing around, like don't get me wrong, there's frustration in messing around, but like,
Yeah.
because I'm trying to do stuff. So I turned on one of the warehouse. I think it's the warehouse one from Tony Hawk 1, and I busted like at first it was 2 million something, and then I noticed I was like 2,000. I was like, that's bullshit. What the fuck? I can do better. And I was just playing around, and then I hit a 4.2 million score, and I ranked 1,200th or something in the world. And I was like, or at least
All
for that
time,
map.
all
Yeah, I
time.
was like, oh yeah.
First try Fridays.
Yeah,
No, just
like,
kidding.
yeah, dude, so that's 2 days of having the game. And I'm
It was
like,
literally a Friday too. Wow.
yeah, first try Friday, bro. Big hashtag on the
Right?
screen for y'all.
Should have recorded that.
Um,
Maybe that's what we could do later tonight or tomorrow.
we
Do
could
have you
definitely-
try to like break the record?
Dude, we could do one of those
Go up
sessions.
on the ranking.
I'm telling you, I can hit like at least 600 because that game's that easy to me. But
Also tell them about the character select.
oh, dude, hella dumb. So the whole time I didn't know how to change a character in these 2 days, so I just played the entire thing like Tony Hawk.
Literally Tony Hawk.
Yeah, and I just learned how to change to like Nigel Houston and Shane O'Neill. And
All those
then,
classics.
I know all the classics, Kareem Campbell and all of them. And then I just learned how to edit characters too, so
Yeah.
that's pretty embarrassing. Here I am.
100% before you can even do anything.
Yeah, I just was like, Tony Hawk, okay.
Well, at least you have everything now, so at least when
Yeah.
you started.
Tony Hawk has stats like Shane O'Neill now, man.
Well, I mean, technically Tony Hawk is making bank over.
He's making well, I don't know how that works. I just know that he made a lot of money from this from the Joe Rogan podcast. Like just that. Oh, and then
That's true.
like
I forgot
News
about
Weekly or no, it was Forbes. I think Forbes. Don't quote me on that, but I think Forbes brought up about how Tony Hawk made a lot of money from the Tony Hawk franchise. I'm good off this. You want more?
I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, fucking.
So like, good for him, but I don't know if he'd have to because it's still his game, right? Like I've never heard about him selling the rights to the game. You know what
Yeah, I mean, well, I think we kind of had this conversation before, but let's say like 5-10 years from now, Tony Hawk's like, I retire, or like I'm not doing Tony Hawk's anymore, or if they continue to make Tony Hawk's, who would be the face of the franchise that isn't Tony Hawk?
Well, I think we both have a guess.
Nigel Houston
or Shane O'Neill.
Yeah, true. Yeah,
Those
Yeah.
are the two. Like, dude, Nigel's perfect though. Nigel's
Yeah.
already the first choice runner-up. He'd be Nigel Houston's pro skater. That sounds lame. But
Yeah.
no, I think it needs to stay Tony Hawk.
yeah,
but
Tony
maybe-
Hawk, but maybe
But maybe remember how
he'd
in
be the face
Underground?
of the.
Remember how in Underground Bam Margera was like the lead
Oh
face in
yeah,
the story?
yeah.
Maybe that could be the case. Like Nigel's character is the
Dude.
lead in the good graphics. I really want to see Underground.
Yeah.
That's what I want to see. So when you-
Underground, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2.
So when you
I mean Underground 2. American Wasteland was we talked about it a little
Yeah.
bit. I don't know if we talked about it on the
for the
podcast.
right, if it
but
was for the right price, then yeah. If it was $30, then okay. Because that game is longer.
if it was, I'd want it to be more like Skate, just one big ass map and no loading screens. Just let me go explore.
Yeah.
Give me like downtown Los Angeles or something like that, because
That'd
they
be
could
lit.
definitely do that.
Yeah, they could definitely pull that off. I think Underground is
Right.
they should do 3 and 4, but if they're gonna do 3 and 4, then we're not getting Underground until like 2022.
Yeah.
So my guess is they're gonna do 1 and 2 and see how it does, and then they'll do 3 and 4, and then if it does really well, maybe in 2 years we'll see Underground 1 and 2. And when that comes out, I'll probably buy all of them. I'll probably buy all of them to be
Yeah.
honest, because that game was really fun. Like I said, I was stuck yesterday from like 9 p.m. till like 1 a.m. or 12:30. It was 12:30.
Yeah.
And I was just into that game till I finally was like, oh, I need to stop, dude.
Yeah.
Like I didn't realize how much
Caught
time.
yourself playing it for a few hours.
Yeah, and I was like, stop, like chill out for a second, go get some fresh air. Like you do not play games for longer than 3-4 hours. Like that's ridiculous.
Can I say one thing though? And we both noticed it. What the fuck's up with Andrew Reynolds' character and his little fucking like
fat
kid
God.
legs? I'll put up a picture.
I'll get a screenshot for it. We'll take a screenshot.
That shit, what's up with
Andrew
this little...
Reynolds, when we finally discovered how to change the character, he looks like this massive man, and then he has little baby feet.
It reminds me.
Weird.
I don't know if you've seen Bob Burgers. Like, have you seen any of the recent ones?
No, not the recent ones.
So it's kind of, it's like season 7, and Teddy, one of the dudes in the characters, wears this like these things to cover up his legs, and that's what it kind of looks like. He's like, I wear it to cover up my Velcro veins or whatever. And I'm like, that's what it looks like that they gave it. Like, just gave him like a little.
Maybe that's accurate. What if it's 100% accurate? What if Andrew Reynolds
like,
just has baby feet, and in every video they're like, you have to like turn down the lighting around my feet.
That's why they use fisheye lens so they make it look a little big.
Yeah, dude. He's like, they thought it was for the scene of the angle. No, it's for my feet.
Yeah, what's that called? He has like, it's like a Russian doll where it's like, so it fits good. It's just like a shoe within a shoe within a shoe within a shoe within a shoe. What are we talking about?
Can you imagine if you had the little baby? They just like accidentally told the truth, and he's like, "What the fuck? You made my feet look like regular, like how they are." I told you size 12,
Fucking
not size 3,
not baby size 3, not toddler size,
not 3s and toddlers.
Look at my feet,
dude. That was but there
They're
are
so
a few.
tiny.
There are a few things that I've noticed though. Like when I played Roswell in the game, because you go to the Roswell base in New Mexico. There was one point when I started and my character wouldn't stop spinning when I ollied, and I had to restart the mission and go to the menu and come back in because it kept fucking up. It was weird.
So I have one question, and I don't understand why a lot of games don't do this anymore. Why can't, if you do something like you did 100% of the game, 100% the game? Why can't we unlock the original game? And I'm sure, like, let's forget all the licensing issues and all that stuff.
Yeah, and on top of it, you're like, even if Tony Hawk does it, because you may be able to do that in Tony Hawk, but I may be mixing it up because they have the original controller scheme, is what it is. But I know exactly what you mean. The only time I've ever seen any game do that is Killer Instinct. Yeah. They gave you the free version of the original at one point with the free version of the new one. Yeah. And, like, dude, I love Killer Instinct. I was never good at it, but I love that game.
Yeah.
Dude. One of the things I want to talk about
was, so Dragon Ball Z Fighters just came out with a new DLC, and they put out Master Roshi, which it's actually pretty cool. He's actually a cool character. One thing I want to do you like fighting games in general?
Yeah. They make me the most mad though. Because that's a game that I absolutely.
I think everybody could attest.
They make me the most mad. But they're also the games that, man, they suck me in a lot. They're the ones that suck me in. It's like embarrassing mad when I play them. Like Mortal Kombat's the most mad I've gotten at a game, and then I won't like not Gears of War, God of War, the new one on PS4. When I had a PS4, I played it. Yo, I was screaming at the top of my lungs like a bitch, dude. I was like, yo, you can't play games on their hardest. So I like fighting games,
Yeah, I feel like when people
and you mean like Mortal Kombat, Killer Instinct,
just in general, like
Dragon Ball Fighters.
Dragon Ball Fighters. There's definitely a fighting game I think out there for everybody. I think when people try to like really really get into it, they get confused by the lingo, by like the DP, Dragon Punch, fucking plus and minuses and frames and all this fucking like TODs, like all this crazy lingo. You're like, what the fuck?
As with any game, there's like a vernacular you need to get used to and you need to learn about. Exactly. Like you said, lingo.
And then, but it's different though because it's not like Call of Duty or like Halo or fucking even Gears of War. It's like it's not like you're with a team. Like if you're fucking up, it's like, okay, somebody could carry you, but it's like, exactly, it's on you. So when it's a fighting game, it's like, okay, I have to get better at this. You have to sit there and practice and everything.
You have to be hard on yourself.
Exactly, you really do. And in order to get good at it, you have to play it a lot. And the one thing I kind of try to test it to is like it's like math. It's anybody can do math, but once you actually get good at math, you could like learn complex math. You know what I mean? And once you like, if you
have to dedicate yourself to that first step, you can't
exactly.
just not everybody can take one step and skip 5 steps.
Exactly,
you know what I mean,
like
in one giant stride.
It's one of those things where you have to actually practice
Baby
every
steps.
day, every day. You know what I mean? And
or it goes for any passion too. I think that same statement I could apply with anything I've chased. Wise being like, dude, okay, why did this come out bad? Why is this not working? And having to give yourself the harshest look and go.
And then people exploiting you hella bad, like your fucking your weaknesses and all that stuff. So it's fighting games are definitely its own kind of market.
Definitely own field too, and they definitely have in the video game world. Kind of like with like RPG, MMOs and stuff, they have their own like special fan base. Yeah, for sure.
I mean, they're huge with the esports and the fucking.
Oh, they're lit. Yeah, I love those games. I do. They're lit.
It's funny. One of the best dudes is for fighters is actually a furry. And
really?
He's an open furry, and like when he won, he'll like put on his fucking furry mask, and he's like, "I win! I'm about to get pegged afterwards." His name's Sonic Fox, by the way. He's super good.
He's super beast.
He's won multiple championships in fighters.
That's lit.
Mortal Kombat. Something else. He's won. He's like one of the best like fighters, like fighting game gamers, I guess, of this generation.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah. So I think the DLC in this game is pretty bad because season 1 had 8 characters, season 2 had 6 characters, and now it's season 3 and it's 5 characters.
They're taking away a character.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're about to have no more characters.
And then there's already rumors of season 4 talk, like
4 characters.
It's either gonna be 3 or 4 characters, but
that's what you expect. Yeah, I would expect 3.
So
who was the one in the last release?
So for season 3, they had Ultra Instinct Goku, Kefla, and then they just released Master Roshi, and there's 2 more people, which
could
be Hercule.
Never play as Master Roshi before that?
No, he just got released. But
the
thing is they're selling.
I know you bought them all.
I haven't bought the season 3, but the thing is, they're selling these even though they're releasing them with less characters. They're still selling them at $30, like full price.
They've always been the same price. That's ridiculous.
So I'm thinking,
but this one comes with 3 skins.
Yeah, it's stupid stuff. Like you get like
ridiculous.
just little skins for like certain things and like little lobby skins and all this stuff.
That's ridiculous.
But the one thing I hate though is they're fucking milking it hella bad, and I'm just like, why not just give us a ton of characters? And maybe it's fucking tough for them to think of unique ways to make a character.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm like, but what I hate is that they're really fucking trying to milk that shit. And what doesn't help, it's definitely one of the biggest fighting games in esports, like we were talking about. And it's been at the top, one of the top, it's been overshining Street Fighter and Marvel vs. Capcom in the past couple of years.
Really?
So, yeah.
Wow.
And
I believe it though. Dragon Ball Z has a huge, massive following that's not just one type of person.
And honestly, anybody could pick fighters up and be somewhat okay at the game. They're not going to be able to beat like super good people, but anybody could pick it up and kind of learn quick on the fly, you know?
That's it. We're about to make an episode of Afro Samurai.
Afro.
But it's going to be like me and you preparing to battle on Dragon Ball Fighters. We're going to be getting warmed up, and it'll be training montages. Our fingers will be like,
oh my God.
Speed up the video.
I feel like that's what fighting games, that's their only way of making revenue, though, is
just DLC and out the
new
ass.
Characters, yeah. I don't know. With fighters in general, that just kind of pisses me off because people, the community doesn't say anything, and I'm like, you guys are getting ripped off. Like, you purposely getting ripped off. They ain't losing money. They're the biggest, you know what I mean? They're like #1 showing at Evo and all that stuff. And
yeah, you're right, because like fighting games are hella guilty of that. Look at Mortal Kombat. The whole reason I didn't buy the newest Mortal Kombat is because I read somebody's review where they were like, they're making you pay for the characters
and you
from
have to
the
wait
original.
hella long.
Yeah, they're like all these characters were already in the original. Some of the ones they're having you pay for, and it's like. That's a good point. Like, the original game already had these, but you're going to make me pay for another avatar?
Exactly.
That's crazy, dude. Like, that's basically all it is a sprite
Yeah.
So like,
well, I could see they have to do
rip
something
us off.
to do something. Yeah, they have to do they have to do something to make the character unique, but at the same time, it's like
yeah, and also look how selfish our generation. I mean, look how like entitled our generation is. We get a game. And imagine if the game did have all the characters. That game would be done and over with in a week.
Yeah.
We'd be like, oh, we have them. We played them already. What more could they do to keep the game exciting?
They
just keep releasing characters.
They also update it though, so they've been
They
been doing a lot of updates, at least with this game.
For Dragon Ball FighterZ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was one of my main quarrels I just wanted to bring up with that game. It's just like I
But
love
two
that
seasons,
game.
right?
Yeah.
Sometimes, like I've thought about putting money on the Avengers game. That's how much I like it. But I've been unlocking, like, you unlock sometimes when you're playing a game, you find the littlest thing to help you avoid like investing too much money. But when you really like a game like Dragon Ball FighterZ, you get to that point where you're like, okay, fuck it. Like, I played this enough. Like, I'll put $5 more or 10 or 15.
The thing is though, is like when you buy 2 season passes for a game, at least for me, I'm like,
it's another game.
I'm like, yeah, like okay. I
Should have gotten the sequel.
Yeah, or at the very least, give me free characters. Like, don't give me a season pass. Give me a fucking ultimate pass. I'll pay
Did they
like
at least give you a different like storyline campaign option for the not. I know you play it online, but did they at least? That's garbage.
Yeah,
because that's what Batman did.
Yeah,
the Arkham games. The fucking fly.
I know. I see
like
him. He's attacking you. He's going after you, dude.
He's like, he smells like
he
shit.
He flies past me and he's like,
he smells like shit. That's what they did with the Batman games. You would buy some of the DLC that was included or that you would get when it came out was alternative storylines for the characters that you could also play as. So you got to play Harley Quinn's storyline, like it was short, but it was like still. And then they did it with Nightwing. Yeah. They did it with.
So yeah, with fighting games, I guess it's really hard though. But I think when it comes to season passes in general, just have like an ultimate pass or some shit like that. Because if you that's
good for all of them.
If you bought the game now, you could end up spending like maybe like $120 and you get all that stuff.
Yeah.
Which if you bought it individually, it would add up to like probably like $200.
Imagine if they would start raising the price, and then they're like, oh, and then you can play it on the next gen console, but only certain characters will be available for next gen. Imagine that when that time comes, because that's how what you're saying is that's how much they actually milk it. Is that they'll look at GTA. I mean, but like I don't want to jump onto that, but
well, I mean,
as an example, but as far as like fighting games go, you're right, because even just on the same context outside of Dragon Ball, back to Mortal Kombat, which is not exactly the same style, but it is a fighting game.
Yeah.
Look at all the times they do it with characters. Look at the last Mortal Kombat X or whatever it was. They milked it for days.
Joker, Terminator, fucking
for the new one, right?
RoboCop. They had a bunch of dudes for the new the one that just came out. Too bad they couldn't get Shaggy.
12. Oh, dude, that was the best recommendation I've ever heard for a character.
It was like the best, the best rumor.
So like, just in case this does drop on a Thursday, even if it's not a Thursday, Throwback Thursday moment. Fucking on an old episode, I don't know who said it. It might have been you, me, or Will. But we said characters we'd like to see added into like DLC. So we went over Dragon Ball FighterZ, and then we went over Mortal Kombat. And I don't know who said it, but somebody recommended.
This is like the first 5 episodes, I think so.
Yeah, and somebody recommended Shaggy and Scooby, and I was like, "Fucking that'd be dope."
No. I think. The subject, because I remember hearing about Shaggy, like people were asking Shaggy.
Oh yeah, that's right. There was a rumor online. That's why. Okay, that's right. And a fan redrew Shaggy and Scooby as Mortal Kombat characters, and it looked insanely good. And I just can't imagine Shaggy or Scooby. Oh, that'd be nuts if Shaggy shoved Scooby treats down the person's mouth and Scooby ate him. Yeah, he ate him out of the fucking throat. And he's like, hey, you would have gotten away with it. And Shaggy's like, if it wasn't for these goddamn kids.
Oh, if they had a fucking
shot the camera.
It'd be dope if they had a little fucking a fatality where it was kind of messing around like that. I don't know, you had Scorpion be like, I would have got away with it if it wasn't for those pesky kids.
That'd be so dope. Like a cop car pulls up and it's Johnny Cage.
And then Hell's like, get over here.
Dude, that'd be hella lit. Yeah, that'll never happen.
I know, right?
But we knew that then and we know it now. But it's still, whoever did that fan art originally was fucking next level cool.
You kind of brought up the
next gen, so if you want to...
We can talk about that.
Yeah. Have you heard anything about the new, for the Xbox? Anything for the Xbox?
Well, if I'm not mistaken, the Xbox, they're trying to shoot for 8K, aren't they?
Definitely for the new, so...
For the X, not the S.
So you heard about the X and the S, right? Both those series.
Yeah, it's fucking stupid, bro.
You think it's stupid?
It's stupid because... Okay, so hold on. Let me address what I'm talking about. So first, make sure we're on the same page, because I may be confused. But they're releasing the S and the X very closely, but one's $499 and one's $299, and they're almost like the same console with slight differences that I'm aware of.
Yeah, well,
that there's a few slight differences.
Yeah, so from what I'm seeing is the Xbox S.
After you, I'm good off that.
The Xbox S is pretty much a maxed out Xbox One. That's why it's pretty much.
Oh, I see. It's like an overclocked. It's like an overclocked the original.
And it's also a mini size.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be a little tiny Xbox.
For $299, that's not bad.
For $300.
$290. Yeah. Well, it's gonna be like $315.
And it's also gonna have all the next gen gaming, so you can still play those games on the Xbox S series.
Yeah, and the hardware is pretty similar. Just it's slightly off. It's ever so.
I think the tower,
the X is obviously
has the more superior technology.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah, because it's gonna be an 8K. It's trying to go for 120 frames per second.
Also, they're allowing payments. So if you wanted to get the Xbox, it's $24 a month for 2 years, or $35 a month for the.
What was that shitty ass Rent-A-Center in Rancho? You'd get like a PS4 for $800 after payments.
Jeez.
I never did it. I'm not that stupid.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't do it either.
But
I mean, if anybody needs to,
Yet they're trying to push a penny. That's how you get hooked, though. That's how you get. Fuck that. Don't get it. Right. Go get a Nintendo. There's like 1,400 games you could play. You could download a Nintendo emulator and build it into like a little thing, and then boom, you have a console with 1,400 games.
I was gonna say Nintendo's nowhere to be found in these next gen console fucking.
What are they gonna do? Let's have that talk real quick. Since we're having a next gen talk, what's something you could see Nintendo doing? I have a couple ideas. How about they actually step up VR like we talk about? VR now it's cool, but I say it all the time.
VR? No, I'm just kidding.
What? Wii reality? Yo, that's it.
They have the.
This has to be a clip, dude. The Wii reality, bro.
I don't know. They didn't.
No, because they could.
No, I was thinking of something else. But the Wii reality would be fucking dope. It'd be like VR chat for Wii.
You know how they'd have to do it? You know how the gloves are hella clunky? I mean, the controls in VR? They'd have to create a glove, like a finger or just finger.
That's what I was thinking. Like they have
gloves,
the fingers.
So the gloves would have to be, but then they'd probably go crazy and be like, "Here's a jumpsuit." That'd never work because nobody'd be like, "I'm not getting a jumpsuit." Maybe
only
though.
In Japan. Only Japan people will
all
do
I'm
it.
saying is, minus all the shit I just said about that, Wii reality is not a bad idea. That's where I see next gen going for them. If they're nowhere to be found, I hope that they're in the lab. Just like wait. Let
me see if I can look.
The controller turns into a gun.
I guess Nintendo Switch Pro. So
it's not the same thing.
Yeah, I mean it's probably just
our idea's way better.
I know, right?
We are, bro.
Wii reality,
dude. That'd be hella dope, dude. Because think about the commercial if they called it We Are, because then the commercial would come in and be like, a bunch of customers like I felt like I was really there. Blah 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 blah. And then at the end, it shows the console and it goes We Are and it goes Nintendo. Dude. That'd be hella lit, bro. I bet you so many old school fans. And then if they mattered, this would be really sick because you know how they always miniaturize their version into a mobile version, which is arguably a pretty good idea. Imagine mobilizing a VR, like a VR mobile,
dude,
and you're just able to go and meaning safely.
You just put it.
Yeah, like you and your friends,
or something
yeah,
like that,
or like if your friend has a VR, yeah, dude, or like sick. If it just connected to your phone. It just connected, so you used your phone. I don't know.
Or it's like Elon Musk, and everybody just does it automatically. Just close their eyes, and then they're all like in the VR place.
So I like that.
Yeah.
You said that. You were like the We Are. I said I started to go with the virtual reality. I like the We Are thing. That was all you. But I think We Are because there's mad fucking marketing behind that and promo. And I think it's
if
awesome.
anybody could do it, it'd be Nintendo, right?
I would hope so because imagine playing Mario in virtual reality and it being like what we're talking about. Where it'd be sick if you could just sit, though. The standing shit, like, it's like, and then it being later being able to modify to how you move.
I would rather just so we're playing a game. I'd rather just be like, I'm controlling Mario, so like jump, slide, whatever. Just doing like that with my hand motions and playing the game like that. Like you said, just sitting down, just being like.
See, that's what I mean. Like, I don't want to have to like be standing.
Or like they like compromise and be like, did you want expansive mode or you want?
Yeah, like. Dude, that'd be
mode.
sick if it'd be like the camera was like, if you have a room, let the camera scan your room and you can move in your room. Move your couches.
Exactly.
Make sure the room's empty and you can run around the room. That would, dude, that's it. So, Nintendo.
Hire us.
Yo, we got you, bro.
Sponsor us.
The fucker. Fucking fly.
Give us some free Switches. We definitely won't sell them.
No, I want the We Are. Give me a free We Are. Fuck the Switches. I'll wait 3 years if I get in.
Hey, sponsor us. Give us some free Switches, some free games. We'll play them, review them. Definitely don't sell them.
No, dude. We'll resell them. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, I guess, so going back to the Xbox thing, and then the PlayStation is also going to have the regular version for $500, and then the digital version with no CD player or anything, $400.
That's the X?
That's for the PlayStation.
PlayStation. PlayStation.
Yeah. So for the Xbox, they have the two consoles.
We called it that. I've been saying it for years that the next gen was gonna go digital eventually. Yeah, that's dope.
Early thoughts, and we don't really focus on this or anything, but who do you think mid-September before the consoles drop a month in advance or the next month will be the winner, I guess,
of the I almost said album sales of console sales?
Yes.
Well, rumor has it PlayStation's pre-orders already sold out on Target, eBay, Amazon, Walmart.
So for the holiday wars, I guess that's what I mean.
So I haven't heard anything about Xbox being sold out. However, PS5, another thing I heard was that they lowered the amount that they were going to manufacture. They had said that they were going to do X amount, and they were like...
I feel like they do that with everything.
Yeah, they were
always do that.
Let's drop this down like 500,000 units or like 5 million
kill each other
units.
in line.
Yeah. So, and I think Xbox hasn't yet, so there's more. So, who's going to sell more, I think, is the basic question, right? Who's buying more?
The reason I did bring up the Xbox one, though...
This fly's going to land right on the lenses.
I know, right? It'll be like walking around right there. I think Xbox selling the Xbox S and still being able to do both consoles is a smart idea. I know a lot of people are going to want a PlayStation because that's pretty much, in my opinion, and this is my opinion, PlayStation is probably going to have better power, like performance, graphics, speed, gaming wise. But I think all around, like if you want like max performance for games and everything, I think the PlayStation is the way to go. Yeah. But if you want something that, I guess for me the Xbox is going to be more about speed. Yeah. It's going to focus more on speed and performance.
I think Xbox is going to try to run like a PC. So yeah, I agree.
Maybe not performance, but more of like.
You know what I was going to say was, another thing was that just occurred to me was I'm pretty sure that they lowered their amount of units because they were already saying they're having problems with that custom chip, the CPU that they designed or whatever it was. They did like a custom chipset for it, and they're saying that they've been having problems with it, especially when mass quantity. So they're like trying to eliminate that error. And you know what this sounds like to me? Like when I bought my Xbox
the first time.
Yeah, and the CD drive fell. Yeah. Send it in. Don't have an Xbox for like a month and a half. Maybe a month only. They send it back, and it fails again. And this is the first version, so the idea that it still runs, especially after me probably beating the shit out of it once or twice, is pretty good. So, you know what I mean? Like, when I look at this, I'm still like, so what problems is everybody going to have? So I'm not buying a console yet. Like, I don't care. If the Xbox, the way I look at it, if the Xbox S is $299 now, and the X is $499, I think, and the PlayStation is probably around the same, right?
2 years.
Like a year
and
or
a half.
two.
Yeah.
Dude, probably next holiday season, when next holiday rolls around, there'll be a huge price cut. The S will probably be $150.
Oh, dude, probably.
And
right.
the fucking X will probably
or at least $200.
Yeah, and the X will probably go down to $399. It'll probably go down to $399. And then if you waited
There'll be a
enough,
slim version by then, and like always, we always have this conversation. I feel like every
I'm
5,
not making the same mistake
8
with
years.
this. Don't get me wrong, this Xbox is a shit. It's dusty as fuck, hella mistreated, and it's like, wow.
So I guess to finish off this whole topic,
What are some of your favorite games? And me and you have pretty much had Xbox's whole generation of consoles. What's one of the games that you could think that you spent some of the most time on?
Wait, say that again?
So for this console, what do you think is...
What a dick.
What are some of the games that you played most on this console? Like,
Oh, I
like
didn't
some of the
understand that question
some of the
before.
best times you had, or like some of the longest times you just spent, like that you could think of.
Dude.
And if you want, I can name some so you could.
Go ahead and go first, but I have some, but I just want to I want to I want to think while you say them.
So the first one that comes that I look at when I look down on my paper that I remember writing was Fallout 4. So Fallout 4
Fallout
is
4.
one I had.
Okay.
I probably is one of the most time I spent on my Xbox. It's actually one of the reasons why I got the next gen Xbox, so I could play Fallout when it first came out and everything. And
that is a great game.
yeah,
Hands down.
Like that's probably the most hours I spent on that for my Xbox. On
What's the second you think?
State of Decay,
State
number
of
2.
Decay. God, you're naming such good ones. I don't want to name generic ones that I would always
Final
name.
Fantasy 15. We played a lot of Rocket League too. We have some good Rocket League memories.
Yeah. Rocket League, yes, but like that's dude, I know what it would be. Yo, Devil May Cry Definitive Edition.
Oh, really?
With that remake that did hella bad, I love that game, and I probably replayed it like 3 times. And like I would always keep playing it because the upgrades were dope. And then the Batman Arkham series was another one that I own all the ones that are out as of now, at least.
Yeah.
I don't have Arkham Knights, obviously, but and then
Dragon Ball Z Fighters is another one for me. So, obviously.
I would say another one was Doom, the first Doom.
Yeah.
I played that for a solid year and a half, like online.
I remember you were playing that for a while.
Dude, and
That's
I
a good
remember
drop.
I was with my ex, and I'd get so mad. I knew I loved, but I loved that game because they had this. It wasn't you played the second one that I have, right, with me.
I haven't played this. Yeah, I played with you.
With you
yeah.
online, the one time online. It's way different now. It used to be a team of like 4 or 5 or something against 5, and whoever killed the most got to become a
The
demon.
Revenant or whatever.
Yeah, whatever demon that they chose, or whatever demon was available to them. Then they had DLC, so some people could only get some demons from DLC, which was like what you're talking about.
Yeah. Bethesda for you.
That game I used to do like hours. I'd be like, my ex went to work, yes, and I would just play for like hours because like I worked from home, so I would make the time and like,
yeah,
dude.
I guess Red Dead 2 is another one.
Red Dead, yep. GTA would have to be a must.
GTA,
yeah,
GTA.
I would have like
Any indie games you could think about?
indie games. Oh,
I guess State of Decay is kind of an indie game, but I mean it's more. I mean Halo's another one that we played a lot too.
Oh,
also.
Halo was and
4
Call
and
of Duty
5.
would be one naturally for every
Yeah.
generation. But those are easy. But indie ones, that's a better one. Oh, dude, what was that game? Hot. The hot.
Super hot.
Yep.
Super
hot.
hot.
Super
Hot.
hot.
Yeah,
yes.
dude.
Did you play that?
Yeah, I played that.
Yo,
one.
that's like one of. They have 3 of them now. The
What?
fuck? There's 3 of them. They said it was but maybe there was an original version of it.
Probably.
But they just released a second one.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what it is. But
Have
there's a
you,
new one, and that game is so good. I
Dude, that
beat
one
it.
was a fun one.
That's a
especially
good
when you
one.
beat the game and you get free mode and you're like going around like
Hell
because
yeah.
you stop moving and then everything around you stops moving too. But when you move, everything starts. It's like time. It's
So
really,
you can time travel.
Yeah,
I
pretty much.
mean you can stop time and
Yeah.
like and
strategy
then,
game.
Yeah, and when you shoot, your bullets will go to the person but freeze, and then when you
Exactly.
move, it'll hit them,
Yeah.
and then you can hit that game, dude. I may have to buy the new one, man. No, wait.
I guess the Walking Dead games, the Telltale games.
Oh, Telltale. Oh, Life is Strange. That game, I played number 1, season 1. I think that's how you'd say that. Cause
season 1. They're starting to release season 2.
No, they did number 2.
I think they just finished, right?
Yeah, it's about 2 like Hispanic kids, and one of them has superpowers. So good, dude. Yeah, dude, so good. I beat both of them. Life is Strange, and then what's the wolf one?
Wolf Among Us.
Yeah, that was not bad.
Oh, you should. Yeah, the wolf.
The Telltale.
Yeah. Another one is Oxenfree. It's one that came out free for Xbox. Right, it was probably like a year before they started doing Game Pass, and they still do the whatchamacallit, the free games and all that stuff. That's when like the gold. That's when you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, Xbox was the first to do it, and we did fact check.
So, we did. Yeah, you're right. What did what was that one game? The prison escape game with the little characters.
Oh yeah, I think it's called Prison Escape or something like that.
Or something like that. That one, dude, I was really invested in when it first one came out, and then like I happened to look up a recipe for something, and then a list of them came up, and I was like, I'm done, because there was like a massive list of things, and then I realized like, holy shit, you could literally like try to like kill your way out of this thing. Yeah, like I was like, dude, this is too much for me. Like I gotta stop playing this.
The little Assassin's Creed games too, like the side scrollers, those are pretty dope.
It's funny how the side scrollers are better than the games
that come
out.
For real,
crazy, dude. The side scroller, like the one, was it the China one?
Yeah.
Yo, that one was so good.
The one that came out after it, I didn't play it. There's 2 of them. There's Russia and India.
Oh, I didn't play those. Dude, I want to play the India one. That one sounds dope. Russian one's probably insane too. That'd be hella fun. I didn't play
those ones. I played a little bit of the India one, but
it's like another one that's a good one though, like a solid one, like an indie one that we want to give love to. It's that one Ori and
the Forest.
That one wasn't bad. It just Oni in the Forest. That one wasn't bad. It just was slower.
That was actually like one of the like day one releases too. Or, like, one of the first.
All the day one games were amazing though. They had to be, or most of them at least. Sims 4 people play a lot.
Cuphead too, or
Cuphead. Cuphead's a super popular independent one.
I mean, I guess there's other stuff like
Stardew Valley, but I never played that.
I love Stardew Valley, and I was thinking about it the whole time, but I was like, should I bring up remasters?
I mean, it came out on Xbox.
Well, so. I didn't want to bring up remasters, but yeah, Stardew Valley. I sat on that game for days. There's another one like that that's like.
Terraria or Terraria.
Yeah, or something. No. That's the one where it's like more like a dungeon.
Minecraft.
Yeah, it's like a 2D, but you're.
Yeah.
That's it's just like Stardew Valley. But anyways, those games, I love the farming games where it's like that, where you have to like fix your dad's farm or you fix your family's farm, and then like you have to get your animals, and then you have to mine trees, and then you have to expand out. I like that shit. You have to get in good with the citizen people. I'll play those like. Probably a good 7 hours when I find a good one.
So all in all, what would you rate this generation for at least Xbox out of a 10?
The new one?
Yeah. Or no, this one? Yeah.
Oh, that's hard. What would you say? Well, hold on.
For me,
before I say that, what would you say the 360 was out of 10? To go back one more.
I would give it a 9 just because.
Okay, then mine's right. 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10?
Yeah.
360
was almost perfect.
I was actually just going to give it a 7 just because.
That may be better.
For day oneers like you.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you have like
this piece of shit right here.
The original, just to let you people know, like there was supposed to be like it was supposed to be like a DVR. Supposed to go with
there's
cable,
a cable fucking thing on the back
shit,
of it.
But then they realized, oh shit, like
this
you
is
can just
stupid.
do it with apps. Mm-hmm. We don't have to have everything plugged in.
Yeah, they had like a very dumb moment. Like it was.
It got outdated right when they released it. It was good for maybe like a year.
Yeah.
Maybe.
It's embarrassing.
And this was like 2013, 2012. The world is going to end, so people said, fuck it. No,
they're like, fuck it, let's get smart.
Oops. Any Netflix shows you've been watching?
I watched The Umbrella Academy Season 2.
Finished it?
What? Yeah, I finished it. Yeah. Have you watched it yet?
No, spoil it. Go ahead. Or just like, my bad, go on.
Have you seen Season 1?
No.
Oh, okay, then it's not a big deal. I won't spoil it, but it was okay. It ends like kind of like how
Netflix shows. Umbrella Academy.
So Umbrella Academy was dope. What else did I watch? No, not really. What about you?
So I watched that show, Kuko, or Kaku.
Kaka?
It's called Cuckoo, like cuckoo, like cuckoo.
Anime?
No, it's actually a British comedy.
Oh, how is it?
It's actually pretty good. The first season has Andy Samberg.
Oh, really?
Yep.
He's British?
No, but he's in it. In the second, it just got weird because after that he left to do Brooklyn Nine-Nine or whatever, or not? Yeah, one night, whatever, and they replaced him with that werewolf dude from Twilight.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so he was in it for a few seasons, but he ended up leaving because that show got canceled in 2016 or 17, and he left a year before because I think he did some movie and he thought he was gonna get big from it, but
Nah,
yeah, he did bad acting.
Gotta be good to get big.
The reason why I brought that up though is because, is there any shows that you watched on there that got canceled?
Dude, all my shows get canceled, bro. There's shows that, but as far as started on there,
Yeah,
dude, I would say the Daredevil stuff,
Marvel. And all
yeah,
that
all
stuff.
the Marvel stuff, except
It's a good example.
I don't give a shit about Iron Fist or
Jessica Jones.
or Jessica Jones. Luke Cage was okay for the first season. Iron Fist was dope for the first season, but I noticed problems right away. The only one that I liked head on right away was Punisher and Daredevil season 1. Both of those were insane, and then season 2 you kind of got
Punisher was dope.
Punisher season 1 was nuts.
Like
But I heard that they have a chance to make those again in a month. That the contract falls back to them. So I don't know if that's gonna happen or if Netflix is just gonna go fuck that. You know what I mean?
They might say fuck that.
I just, the stuff I've been watching is all throwback stuff, old stuff. I've been rewatching stuff, more or less I don't know if they're gonna do another Parasite. That's an anime. I hope they do. I hope they do, but they did that one season remake or whatever it was, and it was amazing.
I think it's
and
done.
yeah,
I think it's one of those things. It's one of them done. One of the things though, because they canceled. You heard about Ozarks?
yeah. You're talking about with Jason Bateman.
You ever seen that?
I watched part of one, but I've never finished it.
Don't finish it because you're just gonna be pissed because it just got canceled.
Did it?
Yeah, it got left on the biggest fucking cliffhanger
Did you? You
of
know,
all time.
you know one thing I liked that I watched when it first dropped, right away, and I watched it. I think I watched it in 1 or 2 days because they're all hour long. Was their remake of Bram Stoker's Dracula, Netflix? That was lit. The original had Keanu Reeves in it, Gary Oldman, the guy who played Commissioner Gordon and Christian Bale's Batman.
Really?
Yeah, so he played in the original Bram Stoker movie, the one in the 90s or 80s. Christian Bale. Keanu Reeves was the main guy, and Gary Oldman played Dracula, and it was very. It can be a little corny if nowadays it's a little dated. It's a lot dated, but if you like old shit and you watch that, it's amazing. Yeah. And then they did the remake and they modernized it, but they did it throughout time. They made it look like Dracula through this period, this period, and this period. And they did 1 hour, so you basically get a 3-hour movie, but it's 3 parts. And hella good. Keith hit me up the other day coincidentally and was I finally watched Dracula. That shit's amazing. He's I fucking binge watched it.
Honestly, if Keith liked it, then I'd definitely probably like it because me and him really have similar taste in movies. That's one of the things we always bonded over was fucking watching movies and shit. Yeah. Reason why I brought that up though is I was just pissed about Netflix and I hate how many shows that are on Netflix. They're promoting the show that won Academy Awards that got fucking canceled in the 3rd season.
Dude, that's Limitless is on there.
Yeah.
Limitless, the TV show. The movie's probably on there now too, but the TV show.
I'm sorry,
Limitless.
Josh. I couldn't handle that TV show. It was so stupid.
Okay, it's not for everybody, but what I'm saying is,
it's only for smart people.
It's mainly for people who know what they're talking about. So listen, I'm just kidding. No, I understand why you don't like it, and I understand why it got canceled. But this is what you're saying is it's like a lot of the shows on Netflix that aren't Netflix are shows that got canceled.
And
So
they promote the fuck out of them.
I know, and
I've multiple cliffhangers.
Yeah, and I've seen multiple times Limitless being promoted, the show, and it's like, dude, the show got canceled.
It's like number one in fucking America today or some shit.
Give that promo to somebody like a new comedian or like a blah 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 who just has a new show, and it's like, because it
they do be promoting the Indian TV shows, and
they do, but that's because they have a foreign deal, and I don't have Netflix right now. I just don't have it. But
what do you have? You use Tubi.
I use Tubi, and I just like watch stuff.
That's all I think when I see Tubi for some reason.
That's all Tubi is. Porn Tubi.
Porn Tubi.
I don't know what that is. Do not go to that, people listening at home.
I'm pretty sure it's a thing, right?
It may be. I just made it up, but I don't want to be somebody to be like, and I found the end of the world.
The Boys. Remember that?
I knew you were gonna bring this up.
The Boys.
Yeah.
Season 2. Oh, dude, it's so fucking good. Dude.
I don't want to watch it.
You have to.
You know how you feel about Limitless?
That's completely different.
It actually is different.
I'm just saying, give it a second chance. Give it a second.
I'll maybe start at season 2.
Any uncomfortable parts, just fast forward through it.
I may start at season 2. Oh no.
Any uncomfortable parts? I know there's like a lot
there's
there's a lot of innuendo, but they're making up for it in season 2 in a way, so you gotta watch.
I'll start at season 2.
It's getting good, dude.
Bro, you know what I'd rather watch? Power Rangers from the 90s than that shit. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'll try to rewatch it. I'll try to rewatch it because you know what else I want to watch that's Amazon's is The Man in the High Tower, about what if Nazi Germany won and Hitler. Have you ever seen it?
There's a few TV shows like that. Where
I haven't seen it. I've heard that it's pretty good, but at the same time,
we played Wolfenstein. That's another thing that kind of
I like Wolfenstein was a great game, but like that scene
exaggerated.
Yeah, hell exaggerated, but
still a good game.
I also have a hard time with war movies. They bore me a lot of the time, so that show might bore me. But what else did they just do? They did Watchmen. And I heard that one was up for like Grammys or something.
So you're talking about the show. What's up with the show?
I've heard good things about it. That's another Amazon one that I would be interested in actually.
Oh, it's
watching.
on Amazon, huh? I haven't.
It is. Oh no, or is it HBO?
I think it's HBO. Yeah,
HBO.
It's HBO Max.
That's my fuck up. My bad.
No, it's good. Fucking.
Hey, HBO Max has Justice League coming.
It's coming out soon.
I know next year. Then they also have the Batman, which let's be real, that is brutal. Dude, Robert Pattinson. So I mean, I don't know, man. There's a lot of good things that could be running up, and then I don't know. I'm getting off.
All I have to say is thank goodness Pete Davidson is not Joker. You saw that fucking thing, the Suicide Squad, where they did,
rumor.
Yeah, not the rumor. I think
the fan cast kind of shit.
No, they've officially released all the people like that wrestler dude.
Oh, you mean yeah, of the Batman.
Suicide Squad 2.
Suicide Squad.
Sorry.
That's why we're mixed up.
Sorry.
But no, I seen the Joker's he's not even in there, is he?
No. I'm just saying because we were talking about it in one of the episodes that Pete Davidson was going to be Joker.
The only thing that's crazy to me is that James Gunn made this, I think. Isn't it James Gunn?
For Suicide Squad 2?
Yeah, didn't James Gunn... Is it the guy who made Guardians of the Galaxy? Yeah, James Gunn.
Yeah.
So, he made a bold statement. He said in the Suicide Squad...
That's to do with thing, Jenna Fisher, the girl from The Office.
But go on, that's crazy.
So he said a bold statement about Suicide Squad. He said that there's more effects in Suicide Squad than there is in all the Marvel movies combined. And I was like,
it's a pretty bold statement.
It's called bullshit,
yeah.
bro. And then also, come on. Can we just laugh at DC's inability to address a character that's never going to fit in 2020? And that is the Polka Dot Man. It's pretty brutal, man.
Wait. Polka Dot Man? What the hell?
Yeah, he's in Suicide Squad. Polka Dot Man.
Oh, yeah, I think I heard about that, dude.
It's fucking ridiculous. I don't know how they're going to approach that, but he better be a beast. And then that better
Suicide Squad is going to be like the funny, quirky fucking...
I think it's going to be a flop. But I was wrong about Birds of Prey because people love Birds of Prey. That's what a lot of people, especially a lot of people who...
I think it did pretty good, huh?
I mean, okay, but it did, I guess it did pretty good.
Disney Plus. They've been charging for some movies they've been releasing.
Yeah, like Mulan.
Is that fair?
No, it's hella lame that you would charge for a subscription and then be like, well, our subscription doesn't cover new movies, so we're gonna tack on like an additional $24 to $29.99. I think it's kind of ridiculous. You should be able to like, if you're gonna buy those movies only digitally, then the price needs to reflect a digital price. That's fucking crazy.
And what's hilarious though is in like a few months that's just gonna be free.
Yeah, or they'll give it out for free for a day, and then they'll lower the price by.
So, yeah, I think it's pretty shitty of them to try to sell you a fucking.
I know, a new movie, the same movie on your subscription. That's like if Netflix was like, hey, we have Netflix specials.
I know.
But you got to pay for them. You got to pay for these comedy specials. Dude, that'd be so irritating. I'd be like, no.
Like $10 extra.
But hold on, since we're on like the Netflix topic, I don't know if you maybe wrote this down, but did you hear about their new the controversy with their new show?
Oh, Little Cuties.
Yeah.
Dude, my girlfriend showed me that.
Dude, did you hear how long they did casting for that? Dude, they did casting for a ridiculous amount of time to find those girls.
It was a French movie too, huh?
Yeah, they were. That's the argument they're going with. They're like, oh, it was in a different country, it's different standards. We're just releasing it. We reviewed it. We didn't know that. Like they were casting for like a year or something like that. Something maybe longer, but that's what I think I read was a year.
Have you seen it? It was
no.
It was just on Netflix.
No, it was on Netflix. I don't want to watch it.
I haven't seen it either.
I
saw the
watch
preview.
Fucking kids twerk. That's hella weird, bro. Little girls twerking. I'm not into that.
Oh, of course.
They took it down.
I think it's still on there.
No, I think they took it down.
I think it's still on there, dude. It was just on there like a day ago. I guess I swear to God.
I don't have Netflix, but you gotta check when you go.
Fucking.
We'll do a fact check. Look it up on your phone. Look it up. See if Netflix. Look up if that show is still on Netflix today.
There's no way. I don't think they'll take it off just because of controversy.
No, I think they will, because people blew up on them on Instagram. I think they took it down. Because there was some serious controversy over that. They, like I said, they cast it for like over a year, dude. So they looked at like over like what is that, like 300 children twerking?
No, it's there.
What?
Yeah, it's called Cuties.
They changed the name?
I think.
Then maybe that was the original.
Yeah.
That's pretty grimy, bro.
I mean, I haven't watched it. The only thing I can think about though is
it's just in a different country.
Yeah, like France or whatever, but it's like I said, I don't watch it. I don't know. So I'm just saying, bringing that up, it's very weird that they watched that and didn't think.
Yeah.
Like, this might be inappropriate for the American audience.
Especially like how everything is with the SJWs and everything. Like
Me Too movements. Yeah, dude.
I can totally see how people want to fucking take that down, but also it's. If you think about it, in France, people be taking the clothes off on the news, so it's like, it's kind of I think it's kind of vice versa. If it's like if we played like The Boys, like we played that over there in France, they'd be like, oh, this is too violent because there's people getting fucking ripped in half.
They're more and
then vice versa. It's like, oh, people getting ripped in half, that's fine, but what, titties?
Yeah,
well, okay, that's a bad example because they're fucking kids.
Yeah, so. Exactly. But what I'm saying is. It's kind of similar, though, in the sense that they were like, well, the appeal is kids in a scale of dancing.
Yeah.
And then when you hear what it is and you see what it is, which I haven't. I just have read reviews and been like, dude, that shit ain't for me. I'm not watching
This is one argument I would bring up, though. Why is that bad, but then fucking kids' beauty pageants is
people
not?
Are hella blown up about those, too.
But I'm just saying, like, those... Those are those are pretty much breeding grounds for like I guess you know what I mean. I mean, Always Sunny had an episode.
There's
about
always
it.
some creepers in there.
So I'm just saying, like, why is that bad? But beauty pageants for like
a movie that was like it. I guess some people
you doll up little kids, dude.
I guess some people's complaints also. Well, I don't guess, but I am assuming some people's complaints were how were the parents okay with that. If the parents were okay with it, then there must be some kind of like understanding going on to where the kid is hopefully the kid's best interest is hopefully not totally being taken advantage of down to like the mental and health and sexual level. Yeah. I hope that they're still. I hope that that was all like written to a T to get people this pissed on purpose.
Yeah.
That's what I hope. But if that was all an accident,
I just think,
or I mean, if that was all out of cruel intent, then obviously take it down. Don't let those people benefit from that. Yeah, those streams or anything. Yeah. Just remove it, and maybe that country needs to look into those people. But if it was actually designed to do this, either way, I'm like, I don't know enough. I just know what I've read. But like, I think it's very weird that Netflix let that one slide. Yeah. It would maybe they actually had a conversation about it before and it'd be like, it'll be fine.
Somebody was like, it's cool.
It's cool. Yeah.
Okay, so I don't know if this will be in or not. One day, you know my little Zelda t-shirt that I have, the green one. So, I bought that, wore that, go to my girlfriend to Target, and this one dude was like, "Oh hey, I like your shirt," and we started talking about Zelda. Remember I told you I was like, "Oh, he's talking," and then Dan was here. I was like, "Oh, it's like thinking about buying Nintendo," and I was like, for some reason, I just started talking to him about Nintendo, and Lindsay walked off and did her thing, and another time we went to Target because this was all at night, every time. Mm-hmm. We went there again for a second time, and he was there, and he was kind of like, it was the same dude, and we were just like, oh, it was
one of them.
It was just like kind of like maybe it was a coincidence.
A coincidence.
But the other day, we went there again, and he was there, and he like
work there.
I don't know, dude.
Maybe you should find that info out before you call this guy a stalker.
But he had an empty basket each time, and he kept on walking up on us from behind.
Maybe he's at Walmart. They have people who go around with shopping carts in Walmart vests and stuff, and they'll collect like spoiled goods and everything, and they throw them in the register or anything that's opened. They put in the cart, and then they bring it to the back. Maybe he's just maybe he's a Target dude who's like, look at this little Mexican boy.
But my girlfriend looked into it, and I guess there's that place is a high risk of sex trafficking and people getting kidnapped there at that Target.
Yo, are they going for you or your girl? Your girl.
Yeah.
Yo, bro, you need to start carrying something or something.
That's what I mean though, because
I were ready to go Liam Neeson.
Because I remember I saw him and we're like, literally the third time before we went there, we talked about it, was like, it'd be fun if we saw that guy, and we were fucking like looking through like just buying shit to get to make some tacos.
Yeah.
And fucking we were like pretty much in the fucking grocery the food aisle. We saw him, and then I just remember being like, what the fuck? Like my eyes, because I have my mask on, I just remember looking at him and I was probably just like,
he's like covered blown.
Because we were literally.
They'll never find me now. Now I know better.
It was hella scary because we were literally joking, like, what if we saw that guy? Then all of a sudden, like, yeah,
that's scary, bro. That's scary. That worries me.
I told my girlfriend, I was like, don't ever go there at night. Dude.
Yeah, don't go alone. And if you do, have one hand on mace and one hand on a shotgun.
Oh man, bro.
That's scary. That's not funny. No, dude. It's funny.
One of the the highest places.
I know. I've read. Yeah, I know. I've read. It's horrible. Rancho used to be at one point really bad too, a long time ago, and it's like,
oh, jeez, they have all those shitty ass fucking, like the nails and the fucking. Imagine like, oh, go in the back, and then you go in the back, and like, what's going on? And all of a sudden, it's like,
yeah, dude.
Inject you with fucking heroin or some shit.
As in, you're hooked forever. Like you never get out of it. Like,
and what's crazy is that chick from fucking Smallville.
I know, she was like a cult leader of sex trafficking, and it's nuts, bro. Oh my god! I used to think she was so hot too, dude.
This is before the fucking. That's probably how she lured people. Yeah, she was like, I'm super titties.
Super titties. Superman.
That probably didn't work, sadly.
Hell yeah, dude. She was cute.
Ooh. So we were talking about this earlier. The Disney Plus charging for all their the exclusive movies and all that stuff. Is this a trend they might start?
You think Netflix is next? or Hulu, maybe
not Netflix, but something like
Amazon.
Okay, not Tubi because everything. Yeah, maybe Amazon. Like, hey, because they already do have. They did the Bill and Ted thing. Like, $15.
Did you watch it? Oh well, we'll talk about that in a second.
Maybe do a movie review.
We could. I watched it. It was good. Did you watch it?
I haven't watched it yet.
You haven't watched it?
You should watch it. I'll watch it right now. I'll be hella drunk and be like.
You say something about. Yeah, it is a trend I think is gonna start, but I don't know if Netflix will pick. I think Netflix,
Especially since everything's shut down.
I think Netflix is gonna play this pandemic a little bit more. I think their timeline is going out further than we think, than we may know, than we may be able to realize. Like when you think of Netflix, you're probably like, oh yeah, they probably had like the next 2 years planned out. I think that with this pandemic hitting, they're probably planning out like the next 15 to 20 years because they're like, what are we going to do? We can't just keep streaming when the technology is changing. So your idea of, is this going to become a trend? Yeah. Dude, totally. And I bet you all these free services will start doing that. Like Tubi will present like their own movie or show and you'll have to pay for it to help get their funds up. Who knows?
In the last podcast we did though, for people still in cable, we talked about if cable was going to be extinct. They still have apps, like, so if you want basic cable, you can still have basic cable. And then if you have Hulu or Netflix or
you can buy channels.
YouTube or, like, all, like, they updated because before, like, maybe, like, 3 months ago, honestly, for Comcast, they had Netflix on there, but they didn't have Hulu. And they just updated to fucking try to keep up with everything.
Really? So they finally have all the apps?
Yeah, they have the Peacock, CBS, all those fucking other the streaming shits. No,
cable's definitely gonna go out, but or it's gonna be starting. It's gonna start being utilized for something different.
I don't
meaning like governmental stuff, or like you have a TV, but like you have a smart TV, but just in case they need to broadcast something to everybody.
I think they use it as I think Comcast is
What did you say, Comcast?
That's a good one though. I mean, might as well be. It's what everybody uses it for.
That's about all you use Comcast for. Yeah.
They're I think they're kind of using the cable thing to their advantage. You know what I mean? Because it's like, oh, if you do a bundle, you can get the phone. Like, because you still need Xfinity for internet at the very least, right? You still need internet.
That's what my internet is.
At the very top.
Sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least on the western side, they're. Like,
it took me 13 hours to upload a 30-minute video. It's ridiculous. It should be. That's DSL. I mean, dial-up speed.
Jeez.
That's what it feels like.
Yeah.
But anyways.
No, it could be pretty shitty. I know what you mean.
No, it can't be. Yeah. And you gotta also keep in mind, just because like you're having a service in your area, a lot of people are sharing that service. Very rarely is an internet. Very like not very rarely, but only certain cities have it available to where your internet is only being used by you. Like you're going in like a direct connection kind of thing.
Yeah.
As opposed to, you know what I mean? Like it's kind of confusing, but.
No, I know what you mean. Like,
so like
it's
in
not
this
just
area,
you using that internet. It's a multitude.
There's when they say this service is finally available to this area, they don't say this service is finally available. They usually mean like the service of like this internet service is now available in this area.
Yeah.
So when we hook all of you up to it, you know what I mean? Like the overall connection suffers.
Exactly. And then you have like multiple people using that one internet, so that one bandwidth that you're also using, there could be also multiple people. So it's like
dude,
12 people on this.
And who knows how to hack or anything like that? That just sits there and goes, oh yeah.
Right? I mean, people are so stupid. They're like, this is my password. Like fucking. Yeah, I live here 1, 2, 3 or some shit.
I know, in a picture background.
I know, right?
But so to answer your question, man, I think you asked about we were talking about. I mean, not to answer your question, but to talk about the Comcast thing.
Yeah.
I think that cable's outdated. I have felt that way since I was 21, where when I moved in with my uncle and they had a streaming device and this is like right around the time they had smart TVs and so every room you'd go in and had a smart TV and you could literally turn on Netflix, Hulu, HBO, and like they did it when I was like 20 or whatever, and it was like all those first streaming services once I seen that, I was like, yo, there's like 100,000 things I can watch right now, and like on cable TV.
So this is the thing though, is like that's where kind of I guess what the kind of argument I was trying to say is it's starting to get to the point where there's so many like streaming sites.
Everybody wants to start their own now.
Exactly, because there's so many out there to the point where it's like, okay, should I just have cable? Because then I'll just have like 500 channels.
You'll basically get everything they have,
Internet,
but on cable TV.
And then maybe like a fucking home phone.
Have you?
If people still have that.
Have you ever? I know. Have you ever had? It's fucking crazy nowadays, but
so outdated. So fucking outdated. It's just. Yeah.
It's just not convenient. You can literally get like a burner phone for cheaper, and it lasts just as long. But have you ever not watched cable TV for a long time and only done streaming things, and then gone back to cable TV and been like, "Whoa"?
All the time. I mean, I watch live games, so.
Okay, so no, what I mean is, okay, well that's kind of the same thing, I guess. Because I know I haven't watched cable television in years, like since Catherine's. No, since Ivo's. So 3 years with you guys at the beginning when I first moved there, or like right after me and my ex broke up. No doubt. When I first watch cable nowadays, I'm always like, you kind of miss those moments of watching like a game on TV or like watching an Adult Swim lineup.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And all your favorite shows come on back to back, and you just have to sit through commercials. You're like, I'm gonna go take a piss at this next commercial, and I'm gonna smoke a blunt during this. Like, I miss that, but I still think cable's it's out the door. Like, I think that service that they're, like I said, I think they're gonna eventually use it for something else.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, some shows are already setting up for, because you know how it'll be like 10 minutes commercial and then like another 8 minutes or something like that, like another 10 minutes. Some shows are setting up to be like 3 minutes commercial, 5 minutes commercial, 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And it's just like, that's the one thing I hate is like
when their time is cut down so severely just for commercials. I think that's everybody's least favorite thing is commercials. And it's like,
I think that's why originals do really good though, is because you can get a full 30 minutes or a full hour
uninterrupted, and then binge watch it.
Exactly, and then
Netflix does it the best.
Yeah.
With like originals, because I mean, uninterrupted. I think they have more hitters.
Resident Evil 8.
Is that going to be on next gen?
I think,
or both.
I forgot to bring this up earlier, but I think my theory of Resident Evil 4 remake is going to be the retcon of it's going to erase Resident Evil 5 and 6.
It's going to go back. It's going to act like the other ones didn't happen.
I think Resident Evil 4 is really going to be like, I know, I'm like,
my nose is like stuffed in the.
But I think Resident Evil 4 is really going to be the connection between Resident Evil 8 and everything. And
really?
Yeah. So the trailer showed up and people were like, "So wait, is this Resident Evil 4 remake?" And I'm saying, I was like, "Well, like." It just kind of like reassured me like this might be real to the point where Resident Evil 4 remake is gonna erase Resident Evil.
Wow, so they'll pretend like the games never happened.
Yeah.
That's garbage.
Much,
I hate when games do that. If it's a remake, then just make it a remake.
And when honestly looking at it, it's funny too because it's like they're like Resident Evil 7 is gonna be its own thing. It's gonna be like super creepy going back to original. But looking at the trailer for number 8, it's obvious they're going back to.
Okay, hold on, let me ask you something.
Number 5 and 6.
How excited are you about to see? Like, just as a fan, okay, hold on. For anybody that doesn't know, Ben's a huge fan of Resident Evil. He'll educate you in the game and about the game. But what I want to know is, how excited are you about number 8? And I have a follow-up question too.
Okay, so real quick, I haven't played number 7 yet. It's for free on Game Pass. About to play it, downloaded it.
Oh, I might play it.
Anybody who wants to really know, look up Retrospective Gaming.
That one like Biohazard or something?
They call it's in
Biohazard.
Japan.
Yeah, Japan Biohazard.
If you call all of them are called Biohazard in Japan, but and over in America they're called Resident Evil.
Oh, I see what. Okay,
Yeah.
then I'm just okay. I see.
So, anybody who wants to know extensive details, look up retrospective Resident Evil games, and there's a whole like you'll probably find like 5 hours of content of like the whole lore and everything. But what was the question? It was Resident Evil 7.
How excited are you about the new one that's coming out? 8, right?
Okay, yeah, so number 8. So I never played Resident Evil 7. I'm gonna play that one, but for number 8, I am not really that excited.
Okay, so look, before you go any further, this was my follow-up question. Being completely honest, would you rather they just fucking reboot it from the beginning and just go, okay, there's too much going on. Like, we need to start over.
Yeah.
And, like, in this amazing, you can't even call it a quadrilogy anymore. Like, it's like so many games are in that, and they're already starting to erase. It's like, why don't you just go, let's go back, right? So, two-part question. Would you want them to just reboot it? And if they did, where would you want them to start at? Would you want the backstory all over again, or would you? So two-part question: would you want them to just reboot it?
So, I don't mind them making the RE games and everything, but when they start involving vampires and werewolves and all this, like some of the stuff that looks like Resident Evil 5 or like 6 and all that stuff,
unrelated to zombies and mutations.
But I mean, if they were gonna redo it, why not now with all the fucking pandemic and the fucking... I mean, 28 days later...
Good idea.
28 days later is one of the movies that fucking kind of were like, you wake up in a pandemic.
Yeah.
Fucking...
And then 28 weeks later?
Yeah.
The next one after or whatever. Those movies are considered one of the best zombies movies in the world. If they could make that into it... If they could take that formula, make it into the Resident Evil game, they'd be really on to something.
Yeah, so, I mean, I am excited for the new Resident Evil games. Anything Resident Evil, I'm always down for, but it's gonna be... I'm guessing this is gonna come out before Resident Evil 4 Remake, but I'm not too sure, because they haven't said anything about that, so I could be editing this tomorrow, and all of a sudden Resident Evil 4 Remake trailer drops. You know? So as of now, I don't know, but I'm gonna stick with my theory where Resident Evil 8 is gonna be pretty much Resident Evil 5, directed from Resident Evil 4, which the link will be in the video for this. So go back to what original
you know what's funny is
theory.
I always have played. Like, I've never finished any Resident Evil game. I've never beaten a Resident Evil game. But I've played almost every one just, like, in this amount. Based on, because Xbox always does demos for Resident Evil games, which is so dope. But, first time I ever experienced a Resident Evil game was we went to school with this kid. I can't remember his name, but he used to sell, like, PS2 games. And he sold me a Resident Evil game, and I was like, Resident Evil? And he's like, it's zombies, bro. It's hella dope. First, like, 5 seconds playing this game, I was like, oh, hell no. And, like, I turned it off, and I got hella mad, and then years later, I got into it. Now, to answer what I had asked, like, go back to what you were saying, if they're doing that with number 8, that already makes me go, dude, why can't they just if they could just go back a little bit in the story, or better yet, further the story, in keeping it semi-canon, I think a new fan like me would want to jump on board with 8, which would mean better sales, and then the sequel continues, and then you get a dope storyline, right? Yeah. But instead, what it sounds like is they're like, they did the same thing with the Halloween and like the Jason.
Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th movies and all that shit. Like, it's crazy that we're literally seeing history repeat itself in the form of games and the way they make new games. And they're like, what did Hollywood do in like the 60s and 70s and 80s? We're going to do that with games. That's what your theory sounds like, but on top of it, I think you also are like, I hope I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Because I hope you're wrong too, because I want to see a game that makes me like Tony Hawk 1 and 2 to go, fuck it, I'm going to buy it. You know what I mean? And like, I'm gonna dedicate time to
Crash
playing
Bandicoot also did the same thing. They did the remastered, and then now they just released that new Crash Bandicoot game, Crash Bandicoot 4.
I know I want to play, but I don't want to pay whatever the price is, $40 to $60.
Yeah, well, I mean,
I'll play it.
It's a brand new game.
I'll play the shit out of it. But I just bought Tony Hawk.
It's not the remastered. It's a brand new game.
Yeah, but the problem is, no, I'm just kidding.
All right, well, I guess we could wrap it up with some WIRs. We got some good ones this time.
Okay, I got some good answers.
I like that. So would you rather be able to fly a spaceship to the point where satellites are, or be able to fly anywhere?
So you mean low Earth orbit, like the lowest point, or just in general wherever?
You just look like a star.
So like low Earth orbit, like medium, okay.
And you can do that anytime you want, or you can fly anywhere, anytime you want in the ocean, in like a submarine.
Oh, so you mean
you're driving into
what
space,
a good question. Hold on, what a good
into...
question, because you can either fly wherever a satellite can go, or you can swim like like you can fly in the ocean, because wow, good fucking. So anybody, I want to give a little bit of like context to why I like that question a lot, because it's arguable. I've heard other much smarter people say this, and I'm just repeating information I've heard. I'm not like saying anything like super wise. It's arguable that swimming in the ocean is like the closest that humans naturally come to flying.
Yeah.
Right? So I really like that question. My answer is immediately, I want to fly into space.
Space.
Yeah, because I have an obsession with flying, hence why I chose Iron Man and Avengers. Like right off the bat.
Okay.
Or Thor, but what about you? What's your answer on that?
I'd definitely go in the ocean.
Would you?
Yeah.
Because you think there's some unsolved mysteries in there, don't you?
It would also be dope just to fly like into the Mariana Trench.
Hold on, so does
turn
flying
on some lights and just eat a sandwich and just look at everything?
Does flying into the ocean mean that you have kind of an immunity and safety to the depths and the monsters?
Both.
Like, so that's what I assumed in
so
space.
In space,
that's what I thought.
You're immune to flying.
Yeah,
space
cold.
whales.
Yeah,
No,
you're just.
No space whales are gonna get you in space. No.
I stick to my answer. I want to go to space. I would just literally float up there and nothing and listen to silence.
Yeah, I do. Honestly, I do the complete opposite.
Yeah.
But
I love it.
I would go to the bottom of the ocean and listen to complete silence.
So I want to see an animation made of this.
The same thing, but complete opposite.
That's hella funny that our answers are the exact same.
Right.
And only now people would be like, but we're disagreeing!
But the thing that I would break that silence is I'd probably eat like a sandwich or something. Like,
yeah. And then the shark would be like, he's like, yeah, hell yeah.
My shit,
meanwhile,
buddy.
solar flares are just smacking me in the face.
It turns into like a little thing where I'm like trying to get them off.
Dude, we
shit.
didn't make this shit and do an animation. This would be so lit if two people chose two different paths to do something. Oh, we'll talk about this later.
One thing I am going to do is I want to try to combine all the Would You Rathers that we've done on the podcast into one episode. It'll probably be like an hour or something. Okay, so haunted by haunted by a ghost once, or visited by aliens once, and I mean like the bad aliens where they
like anal probe you,
and they do testing on you.
Wait, they anal probe you? I'm in.
And you remember it the next day.
Oh, I'd be down for the aliens, because then I'd know. I'd be like, dude, thank God, bro. What was the other one?
You.
Anal probing, or what was the other one?
So. Either way, nobody...
No, what's the other... Say the one
wait. Would you rather be haunted? Either way, nobody believes you. Would you rather be haunted by a ghost or visited by aliens? And no matter what, even if there's somehow video proof, anything gets fucking destroyed. And
so the question
there's no
is,
real proof.
So the real question for people listening is,
I just didn't want you to bypass the question.
No, you're good. Do you want to know if there's an afterlife, or do you want to know that there's life out there? Is basically the real question. Do you want to be haunted once by an authentic? If you want to
get philosophical about it, then yes.
So, can I ask your answer to that first? What would you and base it on the context I just said it in? Would you rather want to know that there's an afterlife or there's extraterrestrials?
You flip this up.
I'm not the same question. Would you want to be haunted, or would you want to be visited by aliens? But the real answer to that is you're the only person that knows there's really an afterlife and there's really, or there's really.
I would just say just being haunted, because I think shit getting thrown around and like getting placed like
It's better than getting a probe up your ass.
And also like just imagine sleeping and all of a sudden you just see light. You wake up and there's like 10 like people like just weird shit standing around your bed and then like the lights flashing on and off and then when you wake up you're like, did you guys see that last night? And they're like, what are you talking about?
Like that was like a seizure.
Like, and then all of a sudden you get probed. No, just kidding. Nah.
And Dan, I know what Dan's answer to this is.
Kim Kardashian.
Kim Kardashian. I would say my answer is the same. I don't know. Because that's like seriously hard. I didn't realize like what that. Okay, hold on. I'll give an answer. You said ghost
or alien.
I'll say ghost too because I want to know what's after life more than because I trust that I don't know if there's anything after life. I just trust and don't. We've talked about this before. Like I'm open and not open. Like I choose both to believe both things. But when it comes to aliens out there, I know there are fucking extra. We're not the only life in the galaxy. You're retarded if you think so. Yeah. But like. So ghosts, yeah, because that'd be a lot more peaceful than not fucking in your ass. That's all right.
All right, so last one.
Be stuck in a maze with a minotaur, or be lost in the forest with a giant eagle or bird chasing after you.
Like a, what do they call that? Like a harpy or something? I don't know. Giant bird or a minotaur?
In a maze.
Both in a maze?
Pretty much in a forest maze.
One's a forest maze.
I mean, you're in the forest.
Both are appropriate to the minotaur. One's appropriate to the minotaur in that situation.
Because you don't know what you're going in the maze, but the minotaur can hear you and see you. And same thing with the forest. You don't know where you're going in the forest.
But that fucking bird could swoop you up.
Yep.
Yo, that's scary. The minotaur, bro. I'm going with the minotaur because things flying down at me, man.
I know.
You just don't know, bro. The minotaur, you're going to hear...
Yeah, I mean, I'll go with the bird just because my girlfriend has guinea pigs, and when I pick them up, they're like, like it's like I pick them up and it's like they really think it's like, this is it, I'm going out, and then all of a sudden I give them a treat and they're like, okay, I live to eat another day.
So wait, the question is, which one would you rather face?
Which one would you rather just
be?
No.
Face?
Which one would you, face, I guess, yeah.
Oh, I'd rather go against the minotaur. Yeah. I'd put hands on that minotaur.
Yeah.
That eagle would fuck me up.
I'd put hands on the... By the way, since episode 1, they've fucking riff-raffed and fucking everybody tries to fucking... logic their way out of fucking the would you rathers.
Yeah. I'd put hands. That's my logic. In reality, it looked like this. He'd squash on my head.
The fucking minotaur, fucking 12-foot minotaur. Josh is like, let's do this.
That would be me, bro. I ran in and fought that fire. That thing was as tall as a minotaur.
Oh, shit, fucking Shnerdcast episode 45 is getting done.
Hell yeah!
Thank you so much, buddy. It's so fun it's so fun coming out here. Always fun.
Getting buzzed, fucking talking about some shit, whatever we want to talk about. I loved it. Thank you for coming out here, man.
Anytime, fucking Shnerdcast. Check out the descriptions. Remember,
links in the descriptions. Also, don't forget to smash that subscribe button. You get to watch us get drunk and buzzed while we record these. It's fun.
There you go. Shnerdcast out.
Out. I love it.